Is a quick demo of Jupyter using the website try.jupyter.org, which you can go and use for free to do exactly this demo. So the first thing I'm going to do from this web page is let's actually look at their demo first. I'm going to click the Welcome to Python notebook down here. And it's going to open up an example notebook that you can see has some text that isn't code. It's all nicely formatted. It has images. And if we look up at this menu up here, you can see it says Markdown. That's because this is a cell containing Markdown, which is a type of notation that lets us format text. If I click in this cell, you can see that it's got a bunch of other stuff inside it. If I click the Run button for this cell, it turns it back into the formatted version. This cell down here is also a Markdown cell. Again, I'll double click inside it, and you can see that it's got some extra symbols in there. That's the Markdown notation. And if we run it, it then turns it into format. Now we're down to a code cell. And since we're running a Python notebook, this code is in Python. And so again, I'm going to hit the Run button. And it's going to give us some warnings. And then a moment later, it should create a very elegant, there it is. It's going to create a graph for us using something called matplotlib. This is more sophisticated than we'll be doing initially, but it's a great demonstration of how notebooks work. So when we run this code, it generates this chart. Okay, we are going to go and create our own notebook. I'm going to click on Jupyter and come back to this home menu. And from the new menu, I'm going to pick Python 3. So now we've got the same interface, but totally empty. So the first thing we can do is I'm going to put two hashtags. Oops, first I'm going to change this to Markdown. I'm going to put two hashtags and say, this is my first Python code, and run that node. And there, now we have a headline. Now I'm going to type for I in range parentheses 10 colon. And when I hit return, it actually indents for me. We don't have to indent manually, although we're going to have to keep an eye on our indenting because we won't always want exactly what Jupyter gives us. But now I'm just going to say print I. So this sets up a loop that increments I from 0 through 9 and prints each one. And when I run that, it does in fact print out the numbers 0 through 9. And that's our first Python code written in our first Jupyter notebook. We are not going to use try.jupyter.org for most of our work, but it's a great place to go and try it out without having to install anything or create any accounts. And that's our demo.